Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain.
Jug's that bad unless you try it.
I did try it in a pub, but I'm also not a carry player.
Okay. Was it off lane or did you play it carry?
I played it carry and I went 1 and 7.
Okay, not the Jenkins 1 and 17, but pretty close.
They believe in their friends over at Extreme Gaming and their Svens.
Okay.
Maybe
I mean, I honestly think you guys are right, but I'm, you know.
No, keep batting for it. Stick to your guns. Don't relent.
I mean, I think, like, it really is a good jug game, but, like, that hero's probably pretty bad.
All right, send it.
Monkey
Luna.
King also, potentially?
Send it.
Do we not like Monkey King here? I feel like it's actually okay.
It is okay. It's a pretty good Monkey King game, too, to be honest. I'd be okay with that. Okay.
Wow, I'm a prophet. Maybe they're not comfortable in Sven either. Maybe they tried it and said it sucked, because I do feel like the Sven was a safer bet. But the cool thing about Monkey King here is that the same way we talked about PL eating IG supports, Monkey King eats OG supports. So it's going to be a matter of who gets the jump first. Honestly, I think IG's draft is really good this time, even though they're 0 and 9 right now. Is that it?
I'm agreeing with you here.
The thing is, OG shafted themselves on the side lanes. The Nyx pick is good overall. It's a great Nyx pick versus Storm, versus Pugna, versus Disruptor, versus Timbersaw as the game progresses, but on lane, it can be taken advantage of and bullied. So IG actually have a way to win lanes this time, which changes everything for them, because they got crushed last game in lanes.
I agree.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you here, as I think IG, there is no way they go 0 and 10. I'm on the same page as you
Who
guys.
will go 0 and 10
They
in this
will
game?
not. Period. They will not break records to put themselves in the.
They can't.
No way. That is not the way you want to go down in the books.
The word that
This
you
is
used?
a good draft.
What?
But
The opposite of like the Zenith. The Zenith is the best.
Yes, yes.
What's the opposite of the Zenith?
I actually don't know.
You said the Nadir.
Oh.
The
Guys,
monolith.
this is a
That's the
good draft
opposite.
for IG, but do we believe in them?
The only way they lose this game is if we see some like unintentional 3-2-2 action going on in like 20 minutes. That's why I said unintentional.
You're coming to that.
I've said unintentional. Just
Get rid
throws.
of him.
Just throws. Ah!
Get him out of here.
He's gone.
I'm fired.
Get him out.
Three-person
Kick him
panel.
in the head,
Chief
Alex.
sticks.
Kick him in the head.
Yeah, this is gonna be nice. Accuracy, a nice 50-minute Storm Spirit, Pugna, IG, really good. Let's go, Mira. Woo! Yeah!
All right, great segue. Thank you for that introduction. Sunsfan here with Cinder in game number 2 between IG and OG. Cinder, do you agree with the panel that IG will get their first victory?
I don't know if they had a clear consensus of any kind about anything here. If that was their overall call that this is going to be an IG win, I will wait with my
it's not
verdict
going to
on
start
that.
out too well here. PYW gets stunned right off the bat, and he will be first blooded. And BZM will take it. Lots of damage being applied, though. This is a huge team fight. This is like watching Heroes of the Storm, for God's sake. Not even 45 seconds in. Kid Rack will live, and the rest of IG will hightail away.
Did you keep a blood grenade tally there?
No, how many?
I felt like they threw like 3 grenades with IG and they still didn't kill. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I only threw 2. Did they?
Consider yourself
They don't stack additively, right? I mean, the burst damage works, obviously.
Wait, I can't see if they've... I can. Okay, they used 2. They have 1 left, right? So they used 2 blood grenades and they did not get a kill. So that's some gold down the drain as well, obviously, with OG also getting first blood. They're probably pretty happy with that. Yeah, I think a lot of what the panel talked about with lanes, I think, rings true here. Like, IG have a better chance of getting off to a good start. But I will say a lot of the time in Dota, it can be worth picking a hero that... Let's say there's a hero that is not too great in lane, but has insane upsides after. You can lose the lane by a significant amount and still make up for it later. I just think it's that kind of game for Nyx. I think this hero looks insane this game. Spike Carapace is the spell against 5 heroes that effectively can't really handle it. Most of them have some sort of uncontrollable damage. You can run into Nether Blast, you can run into the Disruptor field, you can run into Timber's Chakram. The Storm is going to hate you. You Vendetta the Storm, he loses half his max mana. You Vendetta the Timber, he loses half of his. Like,
well, let me ask.
it's just so many upsides.
That was the hero I wanted to talk about as well as the Nyx for mind control. How often do you see it as a core?
It's becoming a thing in this patch specifically because of the changes, and the hero is actually exceptionally tanky with a Vanguard. So, yeah, your gut might tell you this lane against Monkey King is bad, and it obviously is. Oh, hang on.
Okay, this is quite the support battle. Taiga, was that a blood grenade?
Yep, it was.
He finished him off with his own blood. Sick, man.
This is definitely a good lane for Monkey King, but when Nyx gets Vanguard, I think he's fine. So if that's the path mind control is taking, we will see.
Another blood grenade used onto Yoragi. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's gonna pop his wand. They have the finishing damage. He gets up to the Spirit Lance, but the Nether Blast is enough from PYW, so IG on the board officially.
Kidrak did not hit back onto PYW there. Knew it wasn't going to work. He had the Fairy Fire. He had a Tango running. But which was just reset.
Okay, so, I mean, we talked about, you know, the changes of the patch with Nyx and whatnot, with the Mind Flare and just how much stronger he is in general. But when you're playing off lane, like, what is the strategy? I mean, I'm guessing that Kidrak looks like he's going to drop here, where when death is enough. Like, normally, like, what's the right way to even put this? A normal offlane hero is like the big initiator. This guy's like running around the map. It's not really a normal offlane at all. Is it because they have a position 4 in Coddle that's just going to be able to stay in lane and almost become a core himself?
I think...
Or is there a different type of strategy to Nyx these days?
I think OG were just looking at, okay, we need an offlane pick here that offers counters to specific enemy heroes, and Nyx, as we've already covered, does that. And I think this new Nyx, when played as an offlane, I think he can buy anything. I think he doesn't have to buy traditional... When you think Nyx, maybe you think like positioning items like Force Staff Dagger, maybe you think the old Ags, you know, like these items you used to see. I think if you play Nyx offlane and he finds some farm, he can go Horus. He can go...
Okay.
He can go for this Vanguard.
It's time for a Phylactery. We have yet to see that in the game.
Yeah, I don't think he'll buy that.
That's a good Nyx item.
Maybe not in the game with a weak cast. There was a Phylactery Skywrath earlier today, though.
Oh, okay.
There's a game with Liquid versus Invited.
That's got to be good on Skywrath, as Taiga is going to get beat down. Dust with his Jingu stacks. Oh, the glimpse back MC not able to finish off the Disruptor.
But just
we'll
to
get the wave with him.
Just to elaborate a little bit, we've covered the upsides to Nyx, but I think it's also worth talking a little bit about what the panel said, right? Because one of the problems that IG has been facing is that they haven't been coming out of the laning phases too well, and I'm with them 100%. I think they should win the lanes. The question is, can they dominate them hard enough? Like, are you going to get off with a monumental advantage so that you can keep the pressure up and not get countered by these certain rough matchups that you have, like the Nyx Silencer against the Storm, for example, who's the snowball hero of your lineup? Can you handle that? So far, so good, I suppose, but like the Monkey King isn't like trashing the Nyx by any means. It's like 3 CS ahead minute 4. Mind Control absolutely holding his own here. In the top lane, the Ember is doing well against the Storm mid, and finally bot, Timber and PL are kind of neck and neck, so I don't really know if this is good enough for IG for the first 4 minutes. We'll see if they can keep up some pace. Nice rotation here from QYQX.
Yep, he'll be able to get one support kill. PYW keeping himself alive. He might be ticking down to the Arcane Curse. No, he actually lived with a sliver of HP.
Ruggy faked them out.
Dust. He'll be able to get his stacks again. Looking for...
Nice flip.
Oh, yeah. Looking for the Boundless Strike to get it nice and healthy. Anytime now. He's gonna go for the kill instead, so Taiga gets saved thanks to the Impale. Another right click will do it. If Dust can catch up, he will.
Nice,
and now the Thunder Strike onto MC. He does have Spike Carapace, which he will use now. He might just be chased down. He's half HP and get the Impale off, and yeah, Kidrak's in the area, so Dust actually will drop. Surprising turnaround, as the Disruptor was not remotely interested in fighting any longer.
It's the kind of thing about this map and the way people play right now. That fight took like 30 seconds, so at some point someone's going to show up.
Electric Vortex into the Nether Blast. BZM is in a lot of trouble. Taiga a little bit late.
Very, very big kill for IG. This is the biggest kill of the game. Like, you want Emo to get ahead so that he can start snowballing this early mid game. Your lineup has, so very, very good for them.
And remember, IG did get off to a good start last game, and then it just came to a halt like 10 minutes in, I want to say.
Yeah,
This one,
I think the writing on the wall that game was different, though. Just pacing-wise, their lineup, I think, had a lot less to offer than this one does. So I'm a little bit more hopeful for them overall.
Spike is up. Has the boundless, but won't be able to pursue any further.
Curious to see what MC goes for, if it is going to be that Vanguard, or if he has different plans. Like, Pipe looks incredible against the Dire lineup, blocks out so much of Pugna, Disruptor, and Storm. But one thing offlane Nyx doesn't do particularly well is farming. He can't really retreat to the jungle and get stacked. And Ember's getting 6 here.
And Searing Chains onto Emo. He's able to zip away. Remnant, he's actually going to try to pursue even further. Okay. Emo out of mana. BZM still relatively healthy, but he's going to run to a Pugna now as Dust. Since Jingu stacks up again, so he should be A-okay. BZM getting chased now. Another glimpse, man. Oh, okay, he got the slide off to be able to dodge.
Yep. If PYW was really clutch there, he would have sent the illusions away to make the timing window for BZM narrower. It's a lot easier. I think the slide hit 2 or 3 targets, then dodging disruption or glimpse is not.
MC, ooh, nice dodge of the spike airbase from Emo. I mean, we've seen his Storm Spear before. He's a pretty big beast, as Pugna is the trade of sorts across the map. Yeah, I'm also interested to see what MC is going to end up going in the Nyx.
In this game state right now, I would definitely give IG much better odds than last game. I think by no means are they crushing OG, but I feel like there's more potential for something good to happen. And yeah, I keep half an eye on the Nyx a lot of the time. He's eyeing up a Dagon right now.
Oh yeah, that's what we like to see.
I mean, it is an insane assassination item on this hero. You can, more or less, you can probably almost solo Storm Spirit.
First item. I mean, the beauty of Storm is you can always get the spike off when he's farming with the remnants. Mind Flare, this is what I wanted to ask you. So Mind Flare obviously changed versus Mana Burn. Mana Burn used to be really good against Storm in general, but now it's the intelligence base plus how much damage you've done recently. As Dust is going to get gone on by MC and BZM. Oh, the Balance Strike not going to do anything for him to get healed up. But he will take a tumble. But yeah, with that Mind Flare, I feel like it's actually mostly a buff in a lot of situations. It's crack.
Mind Flare is insane. That spell is so good.
Getting chased.
I'm sticking around.
Got the Arcane Curse on him, but one more right click will do it. Emo off to a very good start. You can see BZM, he's keeping up with the Storm as well. The Spirit Brothers. Glad to see that we've seen 3 of the 4 Spirit Brothers a lot in the mid lane. Yuragi. Oh, okay, Timber Chain's gonna miss. He does have a Lotus Flower, so pretty tanky. I think the one thing I've been surprised by, Cinderin, is I haven't seen Earth Spirit mid yet. I thought that would be back. They up the damage on the roll for creeps, so you can farm better, and you get the old shard kind of built into the hero itself, where you're getting more remnants anyways. Emo gonna zip away. But he seems to be the black sheep of the family in the mid lane, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still early days, right? Things might change, but so far the others have just have had higher priority, and I don't foresee it changing anytime soon, but you never know. Like, how long have we had the patch for now?
Over a week.
Yeah. It's been a B patch already. We'll find his time, don't worry. But maybe not.
BZM working on those Boots of Travel, not too far away now. We haven't actually, I mean, when the patch first came out, we saw Boots of Travel 2 built on like everybody. And in our games, we haven't really seen much of that. No. Because a lot of the heroes are just inherently mobile by nature.
That might be why you're picking them, so you don't have to buy travel.
Yeah, that saves some money.
Yep, get some value items instead.
Dust is going to be going for the Battle Fury build on the Monkey King. PYW is going to get spotted out. MC is in his Vendetta. And remember, this will drain mana based on max HP as Static Storm is placed. And BZM is in quite a bit of trouble. He's going to get dropped right off the bat. MC still pursuing. He's in the area, around 4 people. Gets a big vendetta shot onto PYW, but they lose their silencer first. And finally, they get the Pugna, but it's going to cost them potentially even the Knicks, but turns into the pig pole. But first damage is there, and that is a 3-for-1 for IG.
Awesome setup there from Disruptor. Just really nicely done. QIQX sitting there in the tree line. They knew Ember was going to go for the rune, and the moment he walks up to try to put pressure, he gets comboed. Killed off.
That triple kill, my goodness. IG playing like they haven't played all tournament. BZM just spawned. He better be careful. Already at half health.
1 remnant left.
Emo doesn't really have much mana to speak of, so he will likely just walk away on the Ember.
But this is definitely what you want to see from IG, right? As we were saying, their lane should go better this time, and if things get rolling, this lineup can play extremely aggressively in the mid game, and we're approaching that mid game. The lanes have all gone pretty well, especially the Storm is having a great game here. Doesn't have the biggest advantage over his counterpart in the Ember. The bigger win is actually the Timber versus Nyx, who's 2k ahead, which, you know, is often going to happen. Nyx will not come out of the lane with a ton of farm, but I think MC would like to do a little bit better than this at least.
So once he gets that Dagon, Cinder, that's when he gets online.
I mean, you sound sarcastic, but
yeah, it's a good item.
If people haven't seen it this patch, a Nyx with a Dagon can one-shot Emo, probably.
He finds Emo. He sees him. He sees him. He's scared of sentries, though.
Yeah. Well, he's also scared of the fact that he still doesn't have his Dagon.
Yeah, the Dagon is still not.
All right, we need to decide now. Is it Dagon or Dagon?
Dagon.
Dagon.
Oh, I say it. I'd say Dagon. No, that's Dagon. Yeah, they're gonna find the Disruptor. He's gonna be an easy one, but gets out the static storm first. Emo jumps in, bringing MC back into the static storm. MC is gonna be the collateral here.
Nice.
We'll be able to clean up the Disruptor eventually, but the burst damage from Timber just too much. 2-for-1, IG's favor again.
Storm just loves playing with Pugna.
Oh,
he's getting that full mana pool refill right there. Coming out from PYW. Gonna give some to the Timber as well.
Yeah, that's something we didn't really mention, of course, but that's been kind of the standard with Storm or Medusa, I guess, to some degree, with either some Chakra Magic type or the Pugna, some sort of mana battery to keep them fresh, if you will. MC still working on that Dagon. How much is the recipe? I don't remember.
It is, well, 1150.
1150. Okay. Of course, getting that level 1 Dagon, no longer a grief move. Gives a lot of great stats.
Yep.
General spell lifesteal.
He's almost 6 minute 13. It's not.
They have Sentry here.
He's pricing this hero's potential in this game.
MC looking for Emo. There it is. Mind Flare to follow. He needed BZM just to help top him off. We'll be able to get the Dagon now. QYQX getting pursued now. He's going to get dropped, and they're going to try to go even further, but Timber finds the distance, so it's going to stay at the double kill for BZM.
Will ensure him soon to be Maelstrom. And quietly, Yuragi's just farming. I haven't really talked about this PL. Obviously, the lane match against Timber isn't great. He's been slowed down. Done almost missed, actually. Flip him. PL could become a major problem for this Dire lineup, despite having Timber and Monkey King. This hero is just very strong in the patch when he gets his stuff.
Global. Silence are going to try to set this up onto the Storm Spirit, but finding some distance, zips way away. And actually finds his way right next to Yuragi. That is really unfortunate. Continuing to drain his mana, but he gets to the high ground, and it looks like he's going to be able to walk it off. So very fortunate for Emo.
Regeneration.
As the rest of his team able to tank up most of what OG had to offer, and Yuragi's already at half health here. Doppelganger is available. Nice impale onto the Timber Saw. There's another zip in, and finally the Doppelganger comes through from Yuragi, but there's the electric orchid from Emo, and they drop him like he's hot. Phantom Lancer dead. 3k lead for IG. And they're just continuing to stay aggressive. This is not looking like the same 0-9 team that we just cast.
It's not. It's amazing what you can do when you have the ability to take initiative in the game.
MC, he's got the dagger. He uses it! And dies.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly a full combo. You know.
I love the deadpan.
Yeah, what he could.
Deadpan response right there.
Nice. Another nice sequence here from IG, and Yuragi showing up there I think just turns out to be a feed, right? Like he didn't offer anything by connecting with the fight, and he ends up in an awkward position and ultimately does get killed off. So in that instance, would have been better off just farming.
it does.
And the Monkey King here, good damage.
This would be a huge kill. Illuminate's not able to be dodged.
He
Mass
did that better.
EPs. Emo. Looks like they'll get Taiga, but OG will take this.
OG definitely suffering, I want to say, a little bit from the problem that IG ran into last game, which is they don't have the best burst damage, right? Your support duo is Silence or Coddle. Illuminate is nice if it's set up, but a lot of fights, you know, you have to start channeling it. It isn't it isn't prepared to just go. Your PL wasn't there in the start, so if you don't get the Vendetta opening, I don't know if you really have enough damage in the tank, and that's what we saw. They're going on a Disruptor. He's actually hard to kill because he's going to use Pavis, and then he gets Greaves. So all these barriers and defensive heals and
they have double Pavis. It's Kit Rack.
Wait, they went double.
Those stack.
You're right.
I think they have stack though. They actually do additively stack, if I'm not mistaken.
Kit Rack's down.
Am I wrong with that?
That they stack on top? I think they do stack, yeah.
I think that was the big change, is that like any barrier will just additively stack now, so
we put 2 barriers. I mean, Nyx is still going to pierce, but against PL, against the Ember, it's some serious damage mitigation for the supports. And
very interesting.
Really yeah, once again, just similar to the problem that IG had in the last game, where the enemy team started having Greaves and Pipe and all this, and they just couldn't fight them anymore. This time it feels like OG need more time. Really need to build up their PL. And they need to find openings together with Nyx, but the classic counter to Nyx, which I think is still arguably one of the best ways to play against the hero, is to just...
Oh, here we go. Oh, the Static Storm immediately placed. Mind Control looking for the burst, but he's going to be the one bursted instead. But BZM, we can get this Monkey King. This might not be so bad. Ends up being a 1-for-1 BZM, though. Glimpse back. He's extremely fast with that haste.
Just barely too short on the chakram there. That was about as close to a kill as you can get without getting it.
I guess a pig.
That's
not
a
an
good
info.
global. He's out though.
Emo and Taiga actually lives too.
Anyone want to die? What's up?
Gracious.
All right.
All right, so that ends up being a 1-for-1.
Yeah, nice setup there from Disruptors. I was going to say part of the reason that MC has struggled to find major impact on Nyx is this hero's inherently biggest counter is the enemy teams going together, right, and have true sight. Nyx is an insane skirmisher, but if it comes to structured team fights where auras are in play, it's a lot harder. Yeah, this chakra. Yeah, without haste in there, he's 100% dead.
Starting out with the Dagon, okay, because he has that shield rune trying to eat through it. They finally do. MC now on the run. Vendetta up in 2 seconds. He's going to get glimpsed, though, back into the kinetic field. Gets the spike off, but that's only going to delay the inevitable.
This is effectively going to give the kill to Emo instead.
I have to say, so obviously the game is not over, but the Nyx, it's great as a unit, but I feel like this could have been a support still.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's maybe also part of why OG took the time that they did to pick it, was they were probably... could you actually have just played Coddle 3 here? That might have been better, now that you say it. Because a lot of what Nyx offers in this game, I think he could still offer support. Like, you know, Carapace is really good, the stun chaining, and Coddle could have bought auras.
But then you can't get away with Dagon.
That's true. I feel like that wasn't the initial plan when they picked the hero. It was not for Nyx to go Dagon. I think he's doing it out of necessity because things didn't go well enough in lanes. But yeah, maybe if the Coddle was the core, things could have been different. I still don't blame the Nyx pick that much, to be honest. I mean, you look at the net worths right now and it looks bad, right? Because he's far below the other heroes, the other cores. That's often going to happen. And a lot of the time, Nyx can have 2 to 3k net worth less and still have major impact. But the problem they primarily have is they're not able to really connect and find these kills that Nyx wants to find. So despite his spells being really good against the enemy team, I think maybe overlooking a little bit how his own team doesn't synergize with him that well. Like, Ember's good with him, but the other heroes... Let's say you had a support that had burst, right? Say one of your supports was like a Rubik that could steal a spell with damage. Then suddenly those combinations become available.
Ragi gets the doppelganger off. They get the correct one. And that is going to likely lead, yes, to a big kill for IG again.
compared to
go
the
for
last
the
game, though,
Rogue.
it doesn't feel like OG are dead yet, right? Like at this point, last game was just like, all right,
Is he actually
What can I do?
upgrading Dagon?
yeah. It's gonna go Dagon 5.
We've seen a lot of Dagon 1s into other items, and then eventually you continue to upgrade, because the base item is where you get a chunk of what you want, which is the spell lifesteal.
And you get the stats.
You auto-kill creeps.
That's really what you want.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of a Midas. Think about it.
That's some.
What, is that a Dagon 2 or 3? Right. Dagon 2, because he's got 3 more. Unless he wants to go for the mythical Dagon 6, which we've heard so much about. You combine that with a block of cheese, and you just win the game, I think. UIW. There. Oh, gets off. Yeah, it's take even more damage now. Mind Flare from MC destroys him. That is where Pugna can definitely get destroyed. And the Crepify comes out. And Mind Control does become an actual core. Yes.
Wait, wasn't that changed?
What?
The Crepify doesn't give...
Oh, wait, you're right.
The Crepify doesn't amplify on
right.
your allies anymore.
Okay, that's gonna take... I'm gonna give myself a year to remember that one. That has been in since day one.
When we went through the patch together, there were like 2 changes in this patch that I was like, you said the 2 changes I liked the least, and it was that one, and it was Oracle.
Yeah, Oracle.
It's like, I like double-edged spells. I like that you're sacrificing something to get
Hey, I'd love to play Centaur and Double Edge doesn't hurt me. That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's a nice name for the spell. Double edge.
Yeah.
There's just one edge.
It just hurts like a double blade. So, you know, makes sense. Smoke up now from IG, sporting a 4K lead right now. See,
It's still within reach for OG.
this does not feel like a shellac.
This game's not over. 20 minutes in the last game, I'd have given IG, I don't know, very, very little chance of coming back. This one, all it's going to take for OG
Oh,
to
and he's dusted.
to find him, and they're going to block out.
And he's dead. Gets off some damage, though. Up to no avail. It's Kitrack actually found out by Emo as
snack.
well.
Storm snack there.
Now, will they be able to Roche? It's on the bottom side. You can see OG's already pushing out the lane.
Their lineup is just not good at it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you need to worry too much if you're OG about that.
Zap.
For now.
What did he go on Monkey King after Battle Pierce? He had the BKB. He does have Orbit Corrosion. It's
still very slow.
It's not the best Roche, but he can do it.
I think we also need to get used to... So, Roche got stronger, right? Like, your gut might tell you something like, this lineup could usually kill Roche at 20 minutes like this, but then if it's just harder in general, your gut feel might just be off. Are they failing? They are failing this. They can't do it. Taiga's dying.
It's getting there.
Oh,
It's getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, you got this. Uragi, keep it up. Don't stop now. I'm
okay.
close.
Yeah, close.
And that
This
is
feels
the
like
sharp
something they've
emphasis.
tried before. In order to make that call to 2-man, that was close. Without the change where the damage doesn't split in illusions, that would have been piece of cake, obviously. But I actually didn't think they were going to be able to do it, but just barely with the mech, with the Luminate healing.
All right, well that'll add. I mean, that's kind of sad for MC that he gets that, because that means he's to net worth without the shard. As they're gonna be able to clean up Kitrack quite easily. They actually got the courier with the gem, and MC, even after all that, is found. Man, that dust AoE is absurd.
Yeah, it's big.
So big.
Well, now
They dropped the gem, but did they actually retrieve it?
sure.
I don't know if IG know about it. I don't know where it is exactly.
Nick's shard is pretty cool with Dagon, though, right? Like, now his solo kill potential is even bigger.
The problem is he can't even get close to him.
That's the issue. Is our IG going to give them an opportunity where they split up and let Nick find the opportunities he needs? Seems that Aegis will be going to Emo, so with that kill, yeah, their lineup isn't the best at doing it. This took quite a while, but it felt very safe with the map control they just got and the kill, so we'll eventually chew through it.
Storm with his Aegis. MC still looking for an opening. Not a couple good pickoffs, but they just feel I don't know. It feels like a hero that you want to be ahead on, like in terms of your team, so you have more map control and you can actually have the space to go for these solo kills. But when you're behind, it's very difficult.
The Emo shows top now. This could turn into a fight. He just TP'd up there. Waiting for Uragi. Like he's gonna get him, but he'll just get the bottom tier 2 then for free. Nobody's defending. One more blast will do it. Okay, that was a little bit late, whatever. Job done.
So
really impressive BZM is top net worth, by the way. Like,
yeah.
Considering the game state and everything, he's been doing a really good job at finding this farm.
He also has the gem, so they ended up losing it, and then they just got it back.
Yeah,
so very fortunate.
I guess IG didn't see it. No.
By the way, okay, dumb question. When you're channeling the gate, does it channel on the other side? Like, can you see it or hear anything on the other side?
I don't think so. Maybe we can hear the sound, actually. It's a good question. Just ask OD Pixel.
You get a gate cam along with the Roche cam.
Damage.
Oh yeah, that's a scary boy.
Bottle now is pipe and mech. A lot of damage mitigation that OG have if teamfights do break out. IG have been doing a good job of effectively avoiding. I mean, if it does become 5v5, until this point, they've definitely not minded that. Now, perhaps.
Oh, MC. Does he want to go for the courier? Do you bother? Okay, he does.
Bit of stuff on it. Some supporting items.
This is like something a Ricky would do in the last patch. This support Ricky, Static Storm. The gem is going to drop if they can get it. Pops the BKB, Remnants away. And TP will be fine. They do lose the Phantom Lancer, Uragi. Wow. That is a huge kill for IG. And they still maintain the Aegis, as we are going to see the Aghanim Scepter for the Timber.
This requires a little bit of explaining if you guys haven't seen the new Scepter on this hero. So, the Scepter...
Well, hold on. For people that played Han, it's Meraxis. Okay,
right,
those people understand now.
All right.
Go ahead, Cinder.
Don't need to explain it. he bought Meraxis. Here you go. So, Timber's Axe no longer affects Chakram, it affects reactive armor. And what happens is you activate reactive armor for 200 mana, and you get a barrier. And that barrier grows every second up to a cap. And it grows faster the more enemy heroes are close to you. And when it runs out, he gets a timer over his head that everybody in the game can see, including enemies. When it expires, it deals damage equal to the strength of the barrier. And the barrier caps out at 800, and the maximum damage is that plus 200. So once his barrier explodes, if it's full health, he can do 1,000 AoE damage around himself in a 600 radius. Yeah. And he gets so tanky because this barrier keeps healing and keeps regenerating. And the more people try to kill it, the faster it regenerates.
Well, in
because there's more
addition to
heroes
that,
nearby.
when you initially activate it, I think you get max stacks as well, right? I remember reading
Yes,
that,
you also get max stacks on your reactive armor itself. So even if the barrier isn't that great, you can still enter a fight and just know that you will have max reactive armor.
Oh, Emo. Oh, the Taiga. MC.
I guess pretty tanky.
He is. He pops the pipe. There's the Impale. He's going to use that to TP away, and now they know that MC's in the area, but Emo completely out of mana.
Oh, they actually just got out of there.
Yeah, OG get away with murder. Well, technically not murder because everyone lived. They got away with harassment and then TP. Good rack.
It's a long jump.
Okay.
Not enough.
We're not going to bother. Oh. Okay, he's going to bother. Forcing him to Remnant away. Interesting particle effect.
That looked like something from a video game from the 90s.
Yeah, it looked quite retro.
Oh, it was interesting.
I mean, there's a few UI elements that look pretty retro, like the health bars on wards.
Yeah, that's true.
I think. And sometimes the barrier, the HP barrier. Oh, wait, is that?
Yeah, there's a sound playing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not that noticeable.
Please nod if there was a sound playing.
There's not a sound playing. Okay, thank you.
Please nod if you're deaf. Okay, well.
Oh, they're gonna find MC in the trees. Aegis is now gone, so Emo back to full HP, full mana. Won't use it as a regen rune this time, but they get the kill nonetheless. 10k lead for IG.
This is starting to become meaningful. I was holding out for more hope for OG about 10 minutes ago, but step by step, IG keep on building, and the thing you're holding on for as OG is that PL will reach critical mass, but I think he's starting to face a mounting amount of problems. Storm is really strong, and he's going to either buy Hex or Shiva, so that's going to be a problem. The Timbersaw Axe is really good against you if you don't time your Doppelganger perfectly. You can just get blown up and lose all your illusions. The Monkey King is scaling very nicely too with Battle Fury and Axe. So I don't know when PL actually reaches a point that he can truly stand his ground anymore. Just feel like it's quite a journey to become this fierce hero. Okay, will be jumped here by Dust.
Pretty tanky, but this is physical damage now. And the zip in. Okay.
Wrong way, Emo.
Either he just lost interest suddenly, or that was a
I guess
misclick.
he was worried about the counterplay.
Okay, he's worried about MC, who now is going to be spotted. Oh, he's not going to be able to contain him. Oh, okay. The get him there. The Dagon, though, going to be used in full effect to take out the pesky Disruptor. But now, BZM, the Global Silence, giving him some cover, able to remnant away, and looks like he's going to live as a result. But no, the Emo jumps into one to try to finish him off, and they eventually will. So, very weird segment there from both sides, but IG comes out on top. Dust has the Aghanim Scepter, and I believe has a Crystallis now.
Have you
Gonna
ever
be going
played,
for Daedalus soon.
Have you ever played the original... It wasn't Mario Kart. Diddy Kong Racing on the
Probably,
Nintendo
but
64.
Oh no, not in 64.
When you're not driving toward in the right direction, it goes, oh no, wrong way. That was what Emo reminded me of immediately. It's been a long time since I thought about that video game, but it reminded me of two things: that game and the "to be continued" meme. That was basically it. He literally just went the hell out of there. But he came back, so it was to be continued.
Appreciate that.
Now, there you go. Some good old references for you.
So
If you
what have
don't
you
play
thought
video
about
games,
this?
you only watch movies.
No, that's not true. I played a lot of video games growing up. Mike
What was your favorite Zelda?
My favorites? None. They're all equally not played about me.
I'm sure you're making a lot of friends in chat.
Tormentor?
This Zelda games.
Or Tormentor, depending on where you're from. MC getting real close. Careful, young man. Careful.
I got a little bit too invested.
And Taiga, be careful too. All right. And that means the shard actually will go to Yuragi. So does that mean basically everybody on the team has one, other than the Silencer actually? So it ended up being a 50-50.
Yeah, I think you're happy with that one. You don't want the Glaives of Wisdom. That one would have been pretty useless.
Yeah. So the Phantom Lancer shard has been changed. It's kind of the old Ags, just a nerfed version of it. Essentially, just lets you activate your ult to go invisible. To confuse enemies, as it says.
Good old Doppelwalk.
Yeah, that's kind of the original Doppelwalk from Warcraft 3.
Isn't it exactly that? And 15% move speed and 8-second invis sounds so familiar to me.
And maybe it's a throwback, who knows?
Exactly what it is.
Maybe Valve will get sued by Blizzard.
I have a suggestion, Jan, that I just thought of.
I'm very interested.
Considering that OG really wanted the TL shard over the Silencer one, but it's 50-50.
Yeah.
What if the game gave you a token that either of the two lowest could use, but no one else? So you can choose on your team who you want to give it to.
No, RNG is fun, Cinder, and Kid Rack is dead.
Maybe I shouldn't say token, because we already have a token now. Like, maybe that's too many tokens. So I don't know how you would do it, but...
Oh, BZM. I don't know if we've seen
I think
the
in pub
activation
games, people would agree who gets the shard every time. I don't think that will cause any disputes.
Yeah, never.
Everybody's
never has,
always
never will.
on the same side with that.
For sure. Okay, I don't know if I've missed it.
Pubs are generally good at giving ages to the right hero.
Have we seen Timber Axe the entire game since he purchased?
Nope.
Just checking.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the timer.
MC.
Oh boy.
Okay.
How many times has this happened?
He is so good at fighting him. It's actually insane. But the Global Silence comes down. Pipe to follow.
Okay, you have to activate reactive
do they
armor
have the
now.
vision? They do. They kill the Disruptor. Command comes down. They're trying to control BZM. Remnants to the outskirts. Getting chased. There's the Aghanim Scepter. Miraxis. It does literally nothing. Good lord.
He only took half damage.
BZM? I mean, still, that was a full thing. What do you mean? Zipping? BZM's dead anyway.
I'm genuinely surprised he didn't die there.
I am. Maybe the
have been a
stacks
full,
were low.
That cannot have been a full armor.
Maybe the stacks were low.
Was it a full barrier?
I don't know. We'll see on a replay, maybe.
Give us that replay juice.
This... I want this Axe to be good. Okay,
Here it comes.
All right,
So look at the barrier.
It's full. That is a full barrier.
This should do 1,000.
Is he not in range? Is it that garbage?
Damn, count.
That is atrocious range if that's the case.
He did take damage.
Okay, and BKB, and that's 50% magic resist. Is it magic damage?
Yes, this should have been 500 magic damage, right? So it was a full barrier exploding.
Yes.
Deals damage to every hero equal to 200 plus his barrier, and his barrier was 800. So that was 500 magic damage. I don't know how much magic resist did Ember have.
Submit the bug. Emberag sucks. Submit it. Onto the high ground. IG goes. Will this be their first victory?
BKB plus
of a major.
It probably checks out, actually.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
Oh, he has 33% magic resist, and the BKB.
I don't care about math.
Okay.
Doesn't add up.
There was math in your favorite movie.
Looking to get the barracks. Aegis and Cheese on the side of IG. Nice and pale, but there's the backline heal from PYW.
Decent poke.
Fortifications popped.
With the Pavis.
And yeah, lots of Pavis usages.
Pavises.
Is it Pavises or Pavisize? I don't know. Question. Oh, Balance Strike is going to miss, but BZM still taking a decent amount of damage.
The barrier.
See the barrier. Let's see how big of a damage this does. Oh, God. He vomited in his mouth. That was the equivalent in Dota. The Timber. Oh, God. Oh, the zip in. All right, look at the sheep. Trying to focus Yuragi, but just gets off the doppelganger, and that is a global silence down, but a full racks down as well in favor of IG. The static storm being used to basically zone people away as QYQX.
Pretty effective at it, though.
He has.
That was a great zoning ult. People usually say that as a joke, but that was actually a great ult. Even though it didn't hit a single real hero, which you couldn't find a path through.
They're going to try to find something because they have smoked up MC walking around without Vendetta. Not up for another 10 seconds. He's going for his Agnum Scepter, about 1,400 away from being a high ground annoyance. And there's the Vendetta. Top lane, I mean, Storm does not have the Aegis. He has the Cheese, so if they can lock him down, this could lead to a very valuable kill. Another smoke, in fact, as, okay.
Goes the Tormentor. Gem, so MC has to be really good at this. He has to find him to begin with. Timeless Relic. Heard this one's good. Saw a screenshot the other day of a team having 4 of them.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, what was their lineup that they would want for?
I don't remember. It was probably not the best selection on every hero. It was a tough game.
Maybe it was just they're trying to make a point.
Yeah.
I mean, the debuff duration, it still has that, right?
A lot of heroes.
Not just Stone.
All right, here he comes. Here he comes.
Emo, he's hecked the sheep. Dust in the meantime, blowing up the hit rack. Emo almost out of mana already, but again, has that cheese ready as the buyback comes through for the silencer. Okay, BZM pops the BKB, wanting to go on to QYQX. There's the static storm. MC getting pursued by Dust. One more right click will do it, but he actually will just give up as the Wukong's command finally comes through, and that leads to the BZM death. It does have buyback though, as Yuragi is gonna go limps back into the Wukong's command. Gets pushed back thanks to the Havoc Hammer. A nice final strike onto 2. And BZM, he bought back in this game. Has to be careful though, because he's getting sheep and he's getting destroyed. That is a dieback onto the Ember Spirit. Dust getting extremely low, but he's gonna get saved by his teammates at least temporarily. Yuragi's actually doing a lot of work though. Able to find a couple kills. That's a buyback out of the Pugna now. Is MC getting pursued as well? Yuragi, another doppelganger. Timberstock completely out of mana. Now Emo will just TP out. And Yuragi somehow salvaging this fight to some degree. As the defusal is actually wrecking this Timber side. No mana at all.
Wait, wasn't that a Havoc Hammer?
Yeah, he is Havoc Hammer.
Okay, I'm second guessing so far.
And just sit back, enjoy.
Yeah, BZM with a rough fight there. That dieback is quite costly. He was making his progress towards a nullifier, and now that's miles away.
Yeah, nullifier would have been quite good.
What is a Jenkins system?
Invisibility.
Why does he do anything? The Timeless Relic?
That's fair, actually. Touche, I take it back.
Right. what timings are we close to, Cinder?
40
I believe
minutes.
the 42-minute mark is supposed to be a special.
There it is, 40 minutes. Arcane rune.
Yeah, that's big.
It is actually.
The 42 minutes, is that the bounties? That's the...
Well, technically the tormentors could respawn now, right? But they haven't killed them immediately.
Yeah, those ones are hard to tell.
42 minutes is wisdom runes.
Yeah.
7 times 6. See, when you ask in elementary school and you're like, what do I need math for? That's a classic question people ask. Why do I need to know this? This doesn't matter. Here you go. This is why you know your tables of 7s, 3s, 2s, and 4s. It's because Dota, it's worth MMR to be good at math. So stay in school.
That's right.
Yeah,
But don't just memorize the numbers, because you're not going to actually learn it.
that's true.
That's how they actually teach kids nowadays. Why we are dumb.
Oh, it was the royal we.
Yeah, that's right. Me,
My
myself,
lord.
and I.
My Lord Suns fan.
IG, 21k lead. Roche,
Time.
we won't know for 15 seconds how long he's going to take to awaken.
Oh shit, Yuragi, don't do it! Alright, that's the double
All
wall.
illusions, we can see that.
It's a gem!
Yeah. Emo, he gets the sheep on the correct unit. Kitrack's in the area. Global Silence is available as well. Static Storm, though. That should be enough as PL already at half HP. I believe the Timbersaw popped that Aghanim Scepter. The PL is donezo. Mind Control is next. The buyback is available on the PL, though. They're going to be able to take out Taiga and another one on top. Kitrack is dead. 4 for nothing. IG looking real juicy in game number 2.
They heard the stat. They were like, I do not want to be part of the roster that becomes IG's longest lose streak ever.
Dire's middle tower
This will be the
is
one.
under attack.
They will turn this around. What's the best possible score they can get? 7 and 9, right? Every team plays 16 games? No.
I'll just let you work this out on
Yes.
your own.
No, wait. 18? 16 games. Yes.
Very good. Are you done? Okay, BZN. I wish, at the end of the game, you can see how much damage you've done with each spell, right?
I think so,
Including
yeah.
like ag spells.
Yes.
I want to see how much damage he's done with this freaking...
With meaningful.
Reactive,
than last
is it
night.
still called reactive armor? I assume so. It's just an active now. Yeah.
I think it's called the bomb.
The bomb.
The bomb.
All right, so Roche is on the day side, so that means he has Aghanim Scepter. That's his strongest form. Dire, he gets lazy and makes a refresher shard instead. For some reason. Nobody really wants it. Who's gonna take this? Does Emo doesn't have Ags yet?
Will always be
I think so.
Goodness. Okay, well he
didn't take it. Oh,
He did.
Yeah.
And that is a crazy axe. The AoE Electric Vortex is insane. Oh, and a Wisdom.
If any of you ever
25.
played
Oh,
Han,
he's so close.
if any of you ever played Han, that would be the Halaxus from there.
Halaxus.
Yes.
Very good.
The
You talking about Roche?
oh, the Ags. Apparently, when people pick up a new spell, it was always in Han. So
Yeah,
I was
that-
trying. I'm
of
trying to
course.
blend. I'm trying to blend in. You know, I
Ags
didn't
was
actually
in
play
Han.
it, so
That's called Staff of Wizard. Oh my god, I can't remember.
Staff of the Wizard.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really creative.
It's something like
I love that. It's like Tombstone's new ability.
Grab Ally.
Instead of like something like M-Bomb or
Yeah.
what was your suggestion, right? What did I say? Encase?
Yeah, those are both great.
Grab ally.
That's when they just don't even bother picking up the thesaurus. Like, grab ally, brain dead. Like if Ogre Magi's new spell was something stupid like that would make sense.
Yes,
Yeah, zero
actually,
in,
I
right?
think for lore reasons, all of his spells should just be called something really dumb. They should be called Sun and Fire.
Well, if Undying
No?
loves talking about gummy worms,
Yeah.
it should be gummy related. By the way,
I would-
a Heart of Tarask.
No joke, I would love that change to Ogre. I think his spells, like old Slardar, he had like Sprint, Crush, Bash, and Amplify damage. You know, nice and
Yeah,
simple.
those are nice.
Ogre should be Stun, Throw Fire, Make Faster, and do it more often.
Yeah, I like
Do,
that.
do it more.
That's
Do it
good.
more should be his
Make
whole
sure to get on that, Valve.
Our observer's pointing out we have a 34k gold lead for the Dire.
Yeah, very
It is,
important.
now it's 33k. Not if you agree.
Part of Tarask is what I wanted to say for the past 5 minutes. MC gets caught off guard. Boundless strike, he's dead. No buyback, and that is pretty valuable because he has the Ags. The burrow is kind of insane at high ground defense.
But fortunately, he has a low death timer because he's level 16 minute 45.
Yeah.
He'll be back in no time.
Well, there is some time.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Rocky with the Spirit Lance. I don't think
The monkey illusions are starting to spread now with this Ags. Once you get that set up in the base, fighting gets really, really difficult for the Radiant here. OG trying to stall for their Nyx, but that would give another lane of barracks over. This 20 seconds isn't too long, and looks like they're going to have to give it up. They can't fight 4v5. So.
the good news for OG, or the silver lining, I should say, is they can't really go for the megas because the tier 2 still exists in the top.
Oh, the silver lining is that they have a great score, so they can afford to lose.
Oh,
That to me is the silver lining for the Radiant lineup right now. It's not looking like a... Exactly in comeback territory. What does Gabe Newell think? 1%, very gracious God. It's 1%.
Sinner, have you seen a support Pugna get heart? That's pretty crazy. That's awesome.
I think I have, but it's very rare. That is very good.
It is. Oh, they're trying to go for the Tormentor.
For enemies.
Are you also saying Tormentor?
They're tormenting the Tormentor. And that is
we need
a shard for Silencer. Okay, pretty useless shard. They would rather have gotten the gold, literally.
Yeah.
Should have forced him to buy shards so the rest of his team gets gold. Like, legitimately, that would be
Might have actually been better, no joke. No cap, for real, for real.
YQX, okay, he might get dropped before this fight even begins, but here's the Timbersaw jumping deep in with that flamethrower. Boundless strike on a Taiga. Pops that pipe. Mitigating a lot of that magic damage, but eventually falls, so it's a 1-for-1.
Okay. Promising.
Yeah, Electric Vortex. The AoE is disgusting. BZM pops his BKB. Now Emo just trying to take out that pesky Nyx assassin who is burrowed at the moment. He is immobile and dead. Now Yuragi looks to be next on the list. Double kill for Emo. Does have buyback on the PL though. BZM, I don't know if he has buyback anymore. There's the buybacks coming out en masse for OG. Emo completely out of mana, and the Pugna's dead, so no way to really refill. But you can see Dust still with the Aegis intact. Emo Company just chilling on the high ground for the time being, and Pugna actually buys back in the game, so it looks like they want to continue to fight this. Timbersaw pops that reactive armor. Let's see the boom go. Okay, Timber chains to the other side, and they, another vomit in the mouth.
Everything.
For IG.
The trees.
Yeah, the tree doesn't actually destroy trees. One thing that doesn't destroy trees for Timbersaw. Another not lore-friendly ability.
What if his reactive armor blew up the trees and spread logs everywhere? You could pick them up and make branches.
Yeah, that's... God damn.
I remind myself of Slacks. I'm actually disgusted right now. That's a terrible suggestion, Slacks. Please don't ever do that.
Never again, please. No.
Oh, that looked kind of promising for OG for a bit because they isolated and killed the supports, and I think it's what they have to do is to kill Disruptor and Pugna, but IG with the buybacks and with the stronger cores were able to hold their ground. Just the little nice little anthill on the left.
When burrowed is very no doubt, but he's going to get Static Storm. Oh my god, he wasn't even burrowed, so not tanky at all either.
Got Galumps and blown up.
No buyback, 50 seconds on the deck. He takes out a random courier.
Was that a full butter? That actually was his butter.
Oh boy. This might lead to Megas. Blinding Light going to try to delay as long as possible. BZM jumps in, but so does the Timbersaw with the reactive armor. The boom is coming. He wants to get close. All he wants to do is hug you. And it does literally nothing again for the 20th time this game. But it matters not because OG's getting crushed inside this Wukong's command. They've only lost the Disruptor for IG. Now they're going to focus onto the barracks to get these eventual mega creeps. Timbersaw, Blinding Light, almost into the fountain. But he's just creating space for the rest of his team as they continue to push onto this Ancient. The Monkey King with his little babies will be going pretty damn ham, and they're going to be able to take out BZM, and that should do it for game number 2 as GG's come out. The 50K net worth lead for IG. Right. Not only do they win their first game, they do it a lot.
So good.
They do a lot of winning here.
This is why they pay you the big bucks to They win a lot.
They've done it quite a bit in this one.